It is a new year. It's first full official occasional vlog of 2024. Gemma's a bit poorly this weekend, but we're going to carry on because I've got a few things I want to do that are probably vlog worthy. We may not get out and about very much, but we're going to start off with an old tradition from last year. I'm at Taylor's Farm Shop. I'm going to get some food in to cook Gemma a nice meal tonight. We were supposed to be going out into town for a family celebration, but with her being poorly, I think that's probably not going to happen. But we'll pick up. We'll get some shopping done. We'll pick up later and crack on with the day. Decent trolley full straight away. Well, I am home, but before we continue the vlogging, there's an important job to do. Here he is, Uncle Grumpy. You alright, matey? Okay, let's get you some food, eh? No need to hiss. I'm not gonna hurt you, am I? Hey, there we go. Look how close he lets me get him now. I put the mat down earlier in the week because it was frozen. I didn't want his little toe beans getting frosty. Probably need to take it up now because they'll see some remnants of snow. And we bulked up his straw to keep him nice and warm. He's looking good though. He's filled out a little bit. His hindquarters are still a bit scabby, but I think that's just because he's a long-haired outdoor cat. So yeah, that's Cat, a resident stray that I've kind of taken upon myself to get through the winter. He's doing pretty well, I think. Hopefully at some point we'll be able to get him to a vet and checked up. I need to get back in touch with Cats Protection actually, because they said they'd be able to send a trap down. It's Pixie. Hello, sweetheart. Pixie back from her week in Spain. She didn't have a week in Spain. We had the week in Spain. And the other two are probably upstairs asleep on our bed. Anyway, let's go and have a look at what we bought from the farm shop this week. Kitchen's a bit of a mess, but that's normal. Let's have a look at the surprises in here. I think I overstaked. I wanted to do the ribeye fillet tail that we had last time. That I had, sorry. These aren't cheap either. I mean, for fillet, they are very cheap, or fillet tail. But yeah, I bought two of these. Overstaked, never mind. So Gemma would hopefully better be hungry later because she's going to get a big meal. Because there will be mushrooms. There will be, I think there's potatoes. They're not in this bag, but I got some pies. Those are from Monday. Here we go. We got some frozen chicken pieces as well, and I think what is in the bottom of there? Oh, there's some lamb as well, because Gemma really likes the minted lamb, so I thought we could maybe have that one night this week, or even actually possibly that might be tomorrow's tea, because I didn't buy anything for Sunday roast, and it probably, if Gemma's not feeling well, we probably won't be going anywhere. I honestly think it's less that Gemma's feeling ill, although she's a bit offside, and more that she's just not sleeping very well, because waking up in little bits of coughs in the nights. When one of us is offside, I tend to sleep in the other room, and basically you're just not waking each other up all night. So I did that last night, and unfortunately that meant that Reggie just hassled her all night. So I think if I sleep in that room tonight, I'll try and bring the cats out of her room and out of the front room, sorry, and I'll just deal with the cats, and she can hopefully then get a decent night's sleep. Anyway, updates. Let's go and have a look at some stuff. There's Reggie, he's sleeping in Pixie's bed. This is Pixie's favourite bed. It's actually Jin's bed, this, from when we had my mate Jin. But these two have turned to sleeping in it now, which I really like actually. It's nice that it continues to get use. We spent all that time working on my office, painting it and doing the carpets. I can't remember if I showed you the finished article. I think I did show you that I've got the room set up as my office now. We've got my pin badges up there. The new addition is the shelving unit. I think I bought the wrong one, to be honest. I should have gone for a wider one. But as you can see, we've got a lot of my Lego overflow that's on here. The cats keep climbing on it though. But this is some of my favourite sets that I've built over the years. And at the bottom is the to build pile, and there's a Pixie come to inspect. Gemma bought me this for Christmas. It's a Back to the Future print, which is very cool. Apparently you can get ones for all the films, but we just really like this one. I do need to do some more art and stuff on this wall, and I have a shelving unit here as well with some knickknacks and stuff that we bought over the years. slowly building that up. I've got a couple more shelves I could possibly put in here, but I don't want to overfill the room as much. So that does leave this room as my next project. This is where my office was set up in the past. Sorry, there's a cat trying to push the door open behind me. This is where the office was set up in the past, and obviously now it's just a dumping ground. But the intention is that these shelves here are going to go over in the corner over there where we've just looked. And I'm going to put my record player on top because it's currently squirreled away down there. And then the top shelf of the two of them, it'll be like this, two side by side. The top shelves will be stereo CD player, and then the bottom shelves will be records and possibly some CDs as well. Millennium Falcon's going to stay here. I was going to put it in the top shelf in there, in the other room, but it's just too heavy to move and it's a pain. But that means this area here will become my Star Wars Lego for the most part. So kind of at least somewhat more organised than it was. So those bottom shelves are going to get freed up, so a lot of the CDs and games will probably be down there. Lots of Star Wars Lego on these two shelves in units. As you can see, there's an A-Wing, there's Kylo's ship there, there's an X-Wing, there's the Mandalorian ship there, the Naboo fighter, we've got the Y-Wing there, Millennium Falcon here, and I've got an Ultimate Collector's Millennium Falcon that needs building as well. I'm not even sure if that'll fit on the shelves. It might have to go up there because that stereo speaker is going to come down. Might need to find a new home for my old bass amp up there as well. I might think of getting rid of that bass amp actually. I don't know, we'll see. I kind of think like because I do want to carry on playing bass every now and then, but my bass guitar is not great and that amp's not great, but I could possibly like donate them to a local music charity or something, you know, like kids can play them and stuff like that because they're usable and serviceable. But yeah, I want to get the record player set up properly later, so we'll try and do that today. That's my task. And there's other tasks which include a lot of cleaning up and stuff like that, but that's always the case, isn't it? I did want to get the car washed today because the car's actually about 4 months from the end of the PCP deal that we got when we bought it. I can't believe that's been 3 years. So they've been pinging me now saying, do you want to come and look at some new cars? And I've been looking on the website, and I'll be honest, there isn't much there that's drawing me in right now. I quite like the Mazda CX-30, but the one they've got on there at the minute is too old. It's like a year newer than ours, and it's already probably more on the sort of scale of where I want to be paying. So to get something newer than that, I'd have to pay a bit more than I want to, because I try and keep my monthly car payments down. I was doing some average reading the other day, and people were like, yeah, 10% of the monthly income goes on the car, and I'm more like 5, possibly less, possibly a bit more actually. I don't want to spend all my money on cars, but I do like having quite a nice car, so I'm like cut between one or the other there. So I often use the occasional vlogs to update on our plans for upcoming weeks and stuff like that. We've got a few bits coming up actually as well. Next weekend we're going to Dead Crafty. They have a Meet the Brewer event on with some stouts and stuff, so I jumped on tickets for that while we were in Spain. So we're going to go and check that out. And then the 1st of February, as of hot off the press, we're going to the Van Aert launch album launch in Manchester. He's going to play a gig for the first time as Van Aert for years, as like his solo stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. I've never seen him play solo stuff, and I realised, the thing that made me laugh is I realised I'm telling you that, and yeah, Gemma keeps calling me an obsessed fan. We've also got a few other bits coming up, including the music of John Williams in town, which should be good. And Radiohead playing, not Radiohead, a string quartet playing the music of Radiohead in the cathedral. I need to check when that one is because I've forgotten all about that. You know, we booked it and then I've forgotten when it is. So I need to check that up. And obviously we've got the countdown to the cruise on its way. So we're at 112 days. We're going to Norway. So that's exciting. We announced that one on our New Year vlog. Yeah, we've got some planning to do around that. Actually, we've done quite a lot of the planning, but we may do a sit-down chat about our plans for it, because it is something different for us that we haven't done before. Yeah. So that should be an interest. I'm just curious how that one's going to work, because everyone keeps saying sort of like, go to this bar in the ship and watch this entertainment in the ship. And it's like, we don't really watch entertainment in any bars. You know, we're not sitting down and watch bands, people, for like bars and stuff like that. There is a rock band on there. I may try and watch them for a little bit, but generally we're more like a quiet sit and a drink and have a chat. Unless we're specifically going to a gig, of course. Should be interesting either way. Yeah, I think that brings us up to date. There's probably a few other bits and bobs in between that I might have forgotten as well. Definitely, I think once the weather improves, we need to get back to the zoo. It's been such a while, but every Sunday, like, we were going to go to the zoo tomorrow, and then yellow warning for wind. So like 30, 35 mile an hour winds, up to 45 mile an hour as the day goes on. It's not going to be a good zoo day. So the people who want us to do zoo vlogs, that's why we're not doing zoo vlogs right now. Just the weather. But we will get back, we absolutely will. And we want to get over to Peak Wildlife Park as well, because they've got polar bears. So that'll be something for us to do when the weather starts to improve. And I also have a plan that we want to get to Azvex and, is it Carnival? Carnival Brewery in town. They're like brew across the road from each other. So that's going to be something we'll have to do. Because you can actually go to the tap rooms and drink straight, like, you know, from the tap rooms where they brew the beer. Which is a bit like what Black Lodge do, so that should be fun for us as well. And also, I'd like to lose a little bit of weight. But again, if I can't get out and exercise, it proves difficult, doesn't it? There's two elements of my office that I haven't finished that are probably long-term elements which would help me with that. One of them is I want to get a standing desk, and the other one is I want to get a treadmill. So that on occasion, while I'm working, I can just pull a wet treadmill down from underneath the desk, hop on, and do some walking while I'm doing some working. Because otherwise, round here, it's like, it's just horrible trying to get anywhere. It's just constant rain, wind, and I don't like walking in that kind of weather. So the intention was that I was going to run upstairs and get started on the back room straight away. But then I noticed the weather had a little break in the rain. So I ran outside and cleaned the car. Just like a quick wash, because it's not been cleaned since summer. Oops. So I wanted to get like the worst of the dirt off there. And at least give it a bit of a cat, like, you know, just so that when I do come to start washing it again in the spring, I'm not washing off like 9 months of grime. Actually, it looks pretty good. It's not too bad. I think it'll be a bit streaky because I didn't give it the full works with the white down when I'd finished. Just wanted to get like the road grime you get in the winter off it. Anyway, gonna have a minute and then we'll crack on upstairs. I'm also getting quite hungry. What's our time? It's 11:30. Where do we even begin? Oh no. I reckon first, all these DVDs and stuff can go on one of the shelves while we find a permanent home for them. We need to find a home for some of the Lego, and then probably just throw loads of stuff that I don't need anymore, or at least find new homes for it. My lightsaber there, look. Can do a bit of show and tell, look. There's my Stuart Ashlands signed mouse mat. There's my Stuart Ashlands Nerd Cube action figures. These should have come signed, but they didn't. I did actually ask about that, and Stuart Ashlands himself said, get in touch quick and we'll send you them over. And I was like, don't worry about it, I've already got your autograph anyway. Yeah, super limited, you can't buy them anymore. Here is Mike from Van Art signed postcard and Christmas card he sent us, which was pretty cool. And for some reason I have like 3 things signed by Mick Foley. And this is DVD box set and beanie hat. I'm not sure even if the hat is in there anymore. Let's have a look. No, it isn't. I also have a copy of his first book and a programme from a tour. There we go. We got the chance to meet him once, and he was very nice. So for now, some of this stuff is coming in here, because that's what I've been putting on that shelving unit there, and an air freshener. Just trying to get this shelving unit cleared off, because this is one of the ones that is going to be moved. And it's all got white wiring for lighting and that I need to remove as well. There's a Lego Christmas present. That's the steel Lego that we got in Cornwall when we went to Cornwall. And I was telling Gemma about how there was a container fell off a ship full of Lego bricks. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we found a Lego brick? And Gemma literally walked down to the beach at Tintagel, I think it was there, and that washed up immediately. The weirdest thing about that is I'm not even sure if it was those bricks that washed off the container. The bricks that washed off the container were like dragons and sea creatures and all stuff like that, kind of ironically. One of the things we have had to say goodbye to in this little move around is my Black Series Star Wars figures, which for the time being I've put away because I don't really know where to store them right now. Great, one thing I had completely forgotten is that the top of these shelves is completely mechanically attached to the bottom of these shelves. So I need to unclip that before I move them. Oh no. This side's starting to look a little bit better though. Still a few bits and it needs a good hoover. Probably this carpet needs replacing, to be honest. Well, ignoring the fact that the carpet is like 20 years old and needs replacing, you can actually see where my office chair was for the last 3 years. It's not actually that bad over here. And you'd think, well, I've made loads of progress if you didn't look over here, where all of the stuff is and the hob. But this room needs redecorating. So this is just a get me in here, getting me using it for, listening to music and stuff for the time being. The curtains need to go as well, they're hot rotten looking. The blinds are okay. I think we could probably do a new actual blind strips, but you can buy them separately. I usually order them online and get them delivered. Well, yeah, the bed's like that because I need to get these cabinets moved next, get the stereo set up, get all my CDs from out this corner and the records, which should then afford me a bit more space down here to start commencing the spring clean and throwing out stuff I don't want anymore. There's like boxes, there's an old telescope down there that never really worked very well and stuff like that. So a lot of that stuff can go out for recycling in the bin or whatever. And yeah, things like, there it is, sky boxes that don't work anymore. They just need to go up the tip to the electric, like dropping in the electric spec because we're never going to use them again. Ignoring the grot because I can't get it off. I don't know what that does. People who've got an older house, you must be like this. We've got like 3 sockets in the house like this that they must be from like previous installations that just don't work anymore. I've got a detector downstairs, so I might see if it's still live. But I don't think it is. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't. The only thing I can think of, maybe there was an outside light on the other side of this, so maybe I should go outside and have a look. I did turn it on and nothing happened. Can you imagine if I did turn it on and like loads of cool stuff happened in the house? I'd be like, I didn't even know the house did that. But no, I am going to assume that it was wired to something that it no longer is. This house was, before we moved into it, it was fully modernised top to bottom, and then we moved in and we haven't modernised it at all since then. We've just maintained it as it slowly sinks. Yeah, so I don't know what that is. We've got one in the kitchen above the sink that looks like it might have been like for an immersion heater or something, like the pull cord one, like a electric shower one. This one, I know my mum and dad used to have one in the back bedroom that they used to turn the garden light on and off, so I'm kind of assuming it was maybe something like that. Because there's no boiler in here, and as far as I'm aware, there never was. There's, up there, that's the pipes, I'm assuming, to the old water tank, but that's long since gone is what I'm assuming it's gone. It might still be up there, but we don't use it anyway because we've got a combi boiler. But yeah, these are the fun things when you buy an older house. Unpicking the bits in the past that were sort of abandoned because people don't fully remove electrics. They just sort of go, well, I don't need that anymore, and move on to another job. Well, there's the other one. It's actually directly underneath the first one. The plot thickens as well. I went outside and had a look, and the only thing that feeds into that is an old coax that used to go up to the roof that's long since been cut. So now I'm like, did someone just blank it off with a bit of coax or something? I don't know though, because down there in that corner there's a Blue Yonder box thing for Virgin Media, what they used to be called, and that other one seems to go to that point there. So I was wondering if someone had a TV feed in here at some point. But anyone who's owned a home will probably have one of these. If you don't have one of these, buy one, they're very useful. So that's telling me that's live. That's just metal. Nothing live. I'm not going to take it apart, I don't trust it. I'm just wondering if someone put a blanking plate for a not a blanking plate, a switch plate on there, and it was just the coax cable, but I don't know. You can also use this as a stud detector as well. I've never really tried it though. There we go, that'd be useful. It's not perfect though, hang on. Oh yeah, it's working fine. You knew that was coming, didn't you? I keep wondering why the Wi-Fi in the house isn't as good, and that was unplugged. I moved the cabinet. I'm pretty sure the top stuck to the bottom, so I got the metal clips off and it still stuck fast. Do I want it stacked this high? I felt like I wanted it flat to the ground. Yeah, I'm going to go flat to the ground, I think. The things I hadn't thought about continue. The bottom one's got feet. The top one was just stuck to the bottom one. Why is nothing ever straightforward? I might just take the feet off the bottom one and put them flat on the ground. So I was going to put the stereo equipment in the shelving unit, but some of my cables are a bit short. So what I'm going to do as a trial run is I'm going to have the stereo equipment on the top, because I can stack the CD player on top of the amp, have the record player here. Underneath then becomes all music. So we can have records, because I've run out of space for records now, so I need 2 sets for records. CDs on the top part. I've got some 7-inch singles as well. We'll see how that works. The speakers are going to have to go on either side for now, because I don't have any speaker stands, but I can pick some of those up. Anything's going to be an improvement over what it was, because what it was one speaker up there and one down in that bottom corner, so it was unbalanced anyway. Of course, very important when buying stereo equipment to not have anything match at all, both in age and brand. So my amp is 25 years old and it's Yamaha. The Technics CD player is 31 years old and it's Technics. The record player is as old as I am and it's Pioneer. That's like 45 years old, that one. Right, everything's plugged in, but I can't reach the plug to turn everything on, so turn the stereo on. Everything comes on. There we go, all up and running, playing some weird music. I'm going to put those plugs on this shelf here. Also, bonus feature, a little bit of mood lighting. And the suitably weird music is provided by the rather bonkers Add N to X. I haven't heard. This is a crazy album. I love it. And as we come to the end of that bonkers album, I've managed to get all my records in here as well. These ones I decided are the ones that are a bit more girthy, shall we say. So we've got a couple of Mogwai special editions, Radiohead, and my test pressing for frames, signed by Mr. Van Aert. Singles up here, not ideal having them on the sides like this, so I might lower one of these shelves down so they can go upright, but they'll do for now. And then some CDs are going over there eventually. It's not just me who bought vinyl as well. Gemma went through a little bit of a phase of buying some as well. She's got quite a few picture discs from Green Day and Madonna. These are probably worth a few quid as well. Definitely need to do something with this record player, because if I wobble the floor here it skates quite badly. Also, it's making a heck of a racket. Which is fine when the record kicks in, but prior to that you can hear it over the record. Well, everything's gone together okay, apart from the record player's making a heck of a noise. Now my understanding of this is it might actually be that it needs oiling. So I did oil the 2 points on the top there. I've got some machine oil, so I did oil the top points, but it's not really made a difference. So I've got to make some decisions on this record player now. Do I buy something more modern to use, or do I think about trying to figure out how to service this? There is a full teardown for this record player online, so servicing it doesn't look difficult. Anyway, we can give that some thought. It's just noisy though, you can hear it. Not sure if you can hear it. So if I bring this round to here, in there is the motor. And in the motor there are 2 spots where you drop oil in. But the video online said that really you need to pull the whole motor out, because underneath there's a second bearing that also needs oiling. The only thing that does me though is if I just pull the belt off and now do it, it goes very quiet. So it's like it's passing the noise from that motor through somewhere else. Admittedly, once you get some music playing, you can barely hear it. Maybe I'll leave it for a bit and see if that oil soaks through. I just don't want to break it though, that's the trouble if I try and service it. Not that it's very difficult to service. I've already changed a couple of the feet round because one of the feet, the little tiny rubber part came off the bottom of it. Just something else I need to fix on this record player. I've also switched back to my original slip mat because this Black Lodge one it's cool looking, so I'll probably keep it for display, but it causes huge amounts of static. Maybe if I switch back it'll stop making the noise, I don't know. Pixie did just remind me of one advantage of this setup. I can put the lid down on the record player because she does like to do a spot of DJing now and then. Next thing I need to do is some sort of sorting system. I can't find anything. My sister bought me this for Christmas. Good choice. He's enjoying it, look. I wonder if my dad ever played this record on this record player. I mean, an older copy. Does he like a bit of Sabbath? I'll have to ask him. And look, I've even got one of those record thingy doohickeys, so you can show people on Instagram what you're listening to. It came in one of these kits that seems to have more things than you could ever possibly need to clean a record with. Anyway, since I'm absolutely shattered now, that part's going to have to wait for a while because the Millennium Falcon just doesn't look right there. So I might have to take that box off the wall up there or move these along a bit and stick that in the corner, which might be a nice idea. Oh dear me, I'm shattered. So the one last thing I want to do is I want to take this Amazon Echo downstairs and bring the old Amazon Echo we've got downstairs up here. The simple reason the old Amazon Echo has got a headphone jack on it, so I can plug it into the stereo and play tunes straight through to the stereo. Alternatively, I could plug a mobile into the stereo, I guess, just for if I ever want to listen to Spotify instead of all this stuff. Gemma's about to have so much steak she's going to fall over. How are you feeling, honey?
Crap.
Oh, maybe the steak. Your feet are cold.
Feet are cold.
So there we go. Does it look alright? Oh no.
It looks lovely.
Okay, good. So yeah, ultimately, much larger fillet tail steak this week because they didn't have any smaller ones, but I really wanted to make it. So it was only about £1 more expensive for this gigantic one, to be honest. But anyway, we'll see how we get on with them. Did you enjoy? Did you enjoy your lunch? Your lunch, your dinner?
Stop running.
Oh, it's mainly like steak coming out of it now.
Peppercorn sauce.
Did you enjoy it though?
It was lovely.
All right, I'll leave you be anyway. Good morning. Well, afternoon. It's just gone 15:15. I've just been over to Tesco, picked up some bits. I look like a madman with my hair as usual. Gemma's still not feeling great, so we are going to have a nice rest day today. I'll cook some nice dinner tonight, I think. Those lamb steaks that I bought. Got Gemma some new handkerchiefs so her nose isn't ending up sore, the barn ones. Got her some ibuprofen. So she's good to go, good to relax. And to be honest, while I was out there, even if Gemma wasn't feeling very well, the weather's awful today. I was getting blown around like crazy, so I'm just watching a squirrel traversing the trees at the back. So yeah, not a good day to be out and about. So we'll probably have a quiet one and hopefully the weather will pick up a little bit better next weekend and we can get to do something. Although next Saturday we are definitely going into town. So we have another visitor today. This is, I'm reliably informed, Garfield, who visits our next door neighbour. Apparently he's very friendly and you can pet him. So this one's a good candidate for, I think, trap and release, or trap and even get him a home. He's a beautiful cat. Look at him. So yeah, we've been chatting with our neighbour about maybe getting cats protection down for this guy and see if we can sort him out. I think the neighbour wants to take him as a pet, to be honest, and he is a bonny cat. Well, we've had a very lazy day today. As you can probably see, I had a bit of a shower and a bath. Cleaned myself up. Just going to cook some dinner now. I'm going to do those lamb steaks that I bought yesterday from Taylor's. So that should be nice. Let me get some chips on and, some roasties on. And some veggies, see what we do. Got the lamb out, that's on. Also got some sweet potato and potato mash to go with it. And some roasties on the boil. I'm going to parboil these and then bang them in the air fryer for a bit. We do have some broccoli and cabbage in the fridge. I suppose I could do something green to make it look a little bit less bland. I was just saying to Gemma that it's always handy when I'm cooking that if someone unexpectedly turned up to the house, I could probably split whatever I'm cooking 4 ways. Add the gravy because, of course, I'm a Wiganer. And there we go. Looks good. So we've got lamb, roasties. The roasties came out fantastic. We've got the cabbage and we've got the sweet potato mash. Surprise! It's Monday and my hair looks crazy again. I need to do something about this. How are you feeling today?
Better than yesterday.
Okay. Gemma's not been on the vlog because she's not very well.
You're a big
Apart from Saturday night, you were on very briefly, weren't you? But yeah, it's Monday and it's tea time and we're having...
Pie and mash.
What was that camera angle? Pie and mash, correct, yeah. So we're going to have some tea. I'm not sure how much more vlogs there's going to be. But yeah, it'll probably just be food from now on. Have I got glitter on me? So just a fleck of white. Fleck of white. There we go. So why do I pick these weird camera angles? I've now got a halo of light over my head. Oh. So since it's been a bit of a oh, did you let me a new glasses chain, by the way, Gemma? Gemma decided to get me a... Who did we say I look like with this on?
David Dickinson.
David Dickinson. Cheap as chips, it's a Bobby Dazzler. Yeah, anyway. It's... I forgot what I was up to. Yeah, since it's been a bit of a broken up vlog, I thought we'd end off with a beer test of a pastry sour key lime fly, we don't want that. Key lime pie flavoured. This is before the beer and all. This is by the Gritchy Brewing Company, who are based out of... I did say it earlier, and I can't find it now. Do you know what? I'm reading the instructions going, why doesn't it say where they're based out of? Let's turn the camera in. They're from Ashmore in Wiltshire. There we go. Let's give it a try. It looks quite thick. It's 6.5%, and it as I say, it is a pastry sour, so there's a bit of lactose in it. So there's a bit of a milky one. Interesting smell. It's when I poured it, it fizzed up, but it kind of bubbled on top, like it was like jam or something. Like it was really thick, you know. Very sweet, as you'd expect for key lime pie sour. Not too strong on pastry. Someone's got square wheels out there. I like that. I think that's a solid 4 that for me. Very tasty. I think probably that's enough of it really. So I do have a full can to try. Did you not want to try, Gem?
No, I can't really taste anything.
Okay, Gemma can't taste it, so she's on the Budweiser. She can't taste it. Anyway, we'll probably call this one now because these glasses are sliding them in on me now. Because there's not really much going on between now and Friday. So thank you for watching, and I'll look at the right side of the camera. Next weekend we have a beer event at Dead Crafty, and I'm not sure what else. And there is a possibility of a new camera arriving at some point in the next couple of weeks, so we'll have a play about with that. So yeah, a few things going on. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Get well soon, Jam. Bonus footage. Look at the bottom of this can of the pastry stout. That, I'm pretty sure that is just pastry in the bottom of the glass. It was very nice though, even though that doesn't look it.